Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival, and here we are, guys. We're down on the base. It's dark, and I haven't slept through the night simply because what I want to do in this part is build a hover vehicle, and I want to use the night to actually do it in. And what I want to do is get down here, and I think we're going to take that there. I think we're just going to double split that. And just to get the process going, I want, I think we'll go for 20, actually, yeah, I'll go for 30 steel blocks. That would be used for the core of my hover vehicle. But of course, I'm going to use the large constructor simply because it's quicker. So we're just going to drop this in here. And it's going to be a very basic hover vehicle as before, but before we can do that, I think what we need to do is make the starter kit, building the right one. And we're just going to come here, and right, what do we need? Oh, we need the cockpit, the generator, the fuel tank. Going to make a couple of cargo boxes and a small ammo box. We need the 1, 2, 3, 4 jets. We haven't got any RCSs yet, so we need a couple of RCSs. And I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if any of you guys are wondering where the thrusters are, they're up here. Now, a quick tip, guys: if you leave a construction queue like that, then if you come down to here, what you will see is that the construction queue is there, and that can cause you confusion. So what you need to do is try and get in the habit of actually moving the construction queue back. I mean, it's something that I think it catches us all out from time to time when you're not paying attention. You suddenly think you're building something and you're not, or you can't see what you're building, and then you get a bit confused. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extend my base, and any of you guys who've been following my various Empyrion series, I think you know what's actually coming. Any of you guys that are never been visited my channel before, it will make sense, and we're just gonna do that there. I mean, I'll give you a brief explanation. What I'm going to be doing, let's put the light on so you can actually see, is I like to build my hover vehicles and small vessels elevated so that they're actually, I can work underneath them, and there's a little trick you can do, or exploit that you can do to actually take advantage of that. I think what I am going to do is, while that stuff is building, now the hostiles are out, so we do need to keep an eye out for things, but I just want to get out and get a few more XP. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk a little bit about templates. Now, templates are ways that you can actually build ships without actually researching the technology. They're kind of a bit of a way round, and I mean, you can actually access them from there. I can't remember there. You can see the templates are all here. I shouldn't be doing this in the middle of open territory, and of course they're locked by tier, and there are some very good templates in there, and there's some even better templates if you actually go out on the, I don't know why that large fuel tank's sat in the middle of the screen. I think that must be a bit of a bug. What happens? There's a log, so I'll just hack these down. Yeah, and there's some very good templates up on the workshop, but what I would suggest, especially if you're new to the game and you see a template you like, first thing you want to do is construct it in creative mode and have a look at it. Now, there's two reasons for doing that. One is that you want to, well, the obvious reason, you want to see what it actually looks like and how well it flies and get a feel for it, and more importantly, because the descriptions don't actually, just do this and I'll show you. Actually, it'd be easier to show it to you rather than talk. I don't know where that fuel tank's stuck in the middle of the screen. That's annoying. So we're just gonna, oops, oh, come on. I'm not sure if you've actually got to come off it. Go away. That, maybe that would clear it. Yeah, that's cleared it. Obviously there's a little bit of a hang up there. Yeah, just to show you guys, in templates, or blueprints as they call them, you can build them with the resources here, but what you don't get in here is a description of what this vehicle contains. I would guess that this is a very basic vehicle, And the same with this one. This is a good starter vessel if you don't want to build your own. I mean, but at the same time, it doesn't have anything extra on top of it. All you can do is fly about with it. So one of the first things you need to do is add a cargo box to this. But remember, it's got no weapons. And so what you want to do is go in creative mode, res it, see what's actually in it. I don't know what I've got. And what you can use before you actually commit to the resources. Right, let's just... I don't think I need that anymore. We need the cockpit and the generator. I think I can put the bike away. I won't be using the bike that much from now on. I did have a comment from Drayton359, I think, about my bike riding. He asked me if I got my CBT, which is effectively the UK motorcycle license. And I actually do have a motorcycle license, and it's a very big but. My wife, she wasn't my wife at the time, met my mother, and she explained what a total maniac I was on a motorbike. And my wife actually extracted the promise from me that once we got married, I would give up riding motorcycles. And in some ways, yes, it may seem a bit harsh, guys, but in some ways she probably saved my life, because I will openly confess to being almost a complete nutter on a motorbike. Motorbikes bring out my dark side. I've never had an accident in a car, but I think in my short motorcycle career I had about 4 or 5 accidents, mainly ending up in ditches by going around corners too fast. So my bike riding in Empyrion probably reflects my bike riding in real life. Anyway, guys, that's just... and I hope that kind of gives a reasonable explanation. Right, and you can see now that I've actually removed the block underneath, and this platform will float in midair until you get in the vessel. So while you're actually building, do not get in the vessel. I emphasize, do not get in the vessel. Just do that. I'm just going to take away this area here like that. Right. And what we should be able to do now is look on the... oops, no, I think I'm going to use my favourite cockpit for a starter vessel. It can be a bit tricky. I think that would be it, like that. And what we're going to do now. So one of the annoying things with the salvage option on the survival tool is the fact that you don't seem to get anything back for this. No, I'm just gonna, we're just going to take this out, but I've made some steel blocks, so it would be okay. And remember, we don't have a repair facility, so if you do this near your core or anything you want to keep, be a little bit careful, guys. Don't get over enthusiastic. Right, so right, devices, large constructor. You can see how quick the large constructor actually punches everything out. I think I want that for the moment. Yeah. Right. Let's see. I've got the RCSs. Yes. And this is going to be a very, very crude ship. It's not going to win any awards for looking beautiful or anything like that. And I always like 2 RCSs because RCSs reflect the mobility or your ability of your ship to navigate. And I think what we're going to do is just have... Oh god, come on. It's not going to do it, is it? I think this will behave. I think what we're going to have to do is take away that block. I'm just going to get rid of it anyway, so that will make it easier for me to do the build as well. So I'm just going to take this out. I'm going to have to watch the food and the stamina, but we'll be okay, guys. So there's no point worrying about it. Right. And I think we can just drop that in there. And I think these are... I think what we can do is put a big cargo box there. think that will fit. Now, I'm deliberately going to leave like the top underdeveloped, simply, oops, I haven't picked up the blocks, simply because eventually over time I will add a mobile constructor, a fridge and various other items. So the ship's going to look a bit icky sticky for the moment. Okay, what we got here? Let's just get back up. Yeah, I think we need the... Right, we're certainly going to bring these with us. Got some thrusters while that's actually building. Right, so let's just get back over. I don't know why I'm actually walking over all the time, but I think it's habit. Right, now the vessel I built in the 8.0 series, I actually put the thrusters out the side like that. What I'm going to try is something a little bit different this time. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to I want to put one there, and I want to put a bit of protection across the front like that, and like that, like that. And I think what we're going to do is do the same here, because spiders can now damage your ship, so you don't really want the spiders to be able to reach up and hit your vital systems underneath, especially as you can't repair them. So the idea is by coming out one more layer like this. Of course, I've got to remember to not actually drop them in. We should be able to drop like that. I could put another cargo box. No, I think I'm going to keep the cargo box a moment. So we've now got our very simple ship, and what I'm going to do is I could put the thrusters. I think what I am going to do now is just protect the RCS just in front of the RCSs. We're now going to, let's just go up a bit. Yeah, I think if we, and again, you need to make sure you've actually got there or there, because of course we're not going to go out attacking anything here. I think if we put that, I think we could put that there on that side, and we're just going to put the other one just there like that. So that keeps my reversing thrusters above the line of any hostiles. And I think, and of course this is going to be a pain in the neck. No, it's not. It's going to behave. So, and I think we can put two side thrusters like that. You can see it's going to be a very, very basic ship. And I'm just going to come here, large constructor. Right, I think that's it. And I'm just going to switch that off for the moment. We've got nothing else to build. Oh, I suppose I could make some biofuel. No, I think I'll put the biofuel. Actually, we'll do that now while I'm thinking about it. I'll just drop. I think I should be able to make some biofuel in here. Just get this constructor. And of course, the reason I'm doing it down here is the fact that this is actually free energy. Can't need that really. Never find the biofuel in here. There it is. And we're just gonna whack out even more. The more biofuel, the better. So we've got some. I'll just put that in there as well. There's no point wasting it. Actually, what we could do is the food's a bit low, so sorry about this, guys. Actually, let's just whip those out. And as I say, we might as well use the timers as efficiently as possible. Oh, those are spices. What am I on about? Okay. Just put that in there. Yeah, we've got some sport food. I don't know why I've got sport food in there. I don't know why I've got a base starter kit in the fridge, but never mind. We'll sort all that out eventually. Right, let's just get back. So we got 4 oops. And life's gonna get So we got the 2 thrusters there. Oops, back up a bit. And we're going to put 2 thrusters there. I think just to give it a little bit of elegance, I think we will. So it doesn't look a complete mess, and it'll give it a little bit more protection. I think like that. And right, what we're going to do now is just sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to actually see that the right way round. Let's just move in a little bit and up. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, that looks okay. And again, just in case we get shot from behind, actually, let's, as I say, we'll make a little bit of an attempt, guys, to make it look a little bit more elegant. So maybe we'll just drop that in like that. And as I say, it will give a... Oh, done it again. So it looks a little bit like a flying platform. How are we from underneath? I mean, we could protect this a little bit. I think maybe that could be a good idea. So, but I don't want it to be too chunky and thick. So maybe we'll just put... we'll just put these thin. When they're not that, I mean, we'll say we're not going to be able to withstand a massive attack, but it's something that at least will protect anything underneath from spiders or anything that's there. I mean, anything lightweight. Right. So we've now got our very simple hover vehicle. I'm not sure what I'm looking at around. I think that could go. I'll come off now. And now if you watch, as I jump in here, you'll see it now sink to the ground, because as soon as you jump in, it drops to the ground. It's going to put a big nice chunk of fuel in. And what we're going to do is, well, I should have done this actually, just have a quick look at the stats. Yeah, we got, no, well, obviously we're getting some thrust from this. Yeah, it's not going to win any awards, but I think it will fly. Ha, famous last word. I wasn't not that impressed with that twisting that way. What was that? Oh, it's probably the result of the fact I was on the base. Now, of course, I've got no lights on this, so we're just going to have to do it. But we're fairly close off and running. And I think the other thing I want to do, check first, is just going to... So you should be able to... That will give us a bit of height so we can actually see what we're doing. Yeah, it's fairly stable. A little bit comfortable with it. So I wouldn't say it's the most manoeuvrable of ships. What I want to do is just stand over this little bit of land, because the other test is I want to just... It's saying it's cold, but that's saying no. Of course, the radiation is due to the fact that the fuel tank is beneath me, which is a bit of a mistake, but we can always fix that later on. What we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to fly towards the sun and do a little bit of exploration. I mean, we've got the escape pod there. Maybe if we fly this way for a while, because of course our next priority is to actually find some promethium. What I do need is a survival constructor, just in case I run out of fuel or anything like that. I think we should just we'll be okay just docking here. Just gonna jump onto here. And which one's the emptiest? I think this one will be the emptiest one. Yeah, let's take that out. shift click, pick them up, and maybe we can just drop the surplus into here so that we don't have everything clogged up. Let's have a quick, how's the fuel situation? A little bit low, so maybe we'll put a little bit more fuel in. And actually, let's pick that up, rat it. I'm just going to jump in, third person, back up, and I mean I could, oh great, yeah, there's a little bit of a glitch. If you crash into the water, you can get trapped underwater, a bit like that, guys. It's one of the quirks of the game, is probably the polite way of saying it. Right, what I want to do now is say I've probably a bit more, but what I want to do is just keep moving forward a little bit, and I want to gain the XP. So I'm just gonna grab here, and obviously we're gonna grab these items. Hopefully we won't get bounced by anything. Okay, don't mess about. And another reason why I've built the ship this way is that if I need to run up, because you've got to focus on the cockpit in order to be able to get into it quickly. And one way to do that is by actually having the cockpit very open with these initial ships. Let's see, let's just fly through the trees. I hate flying through trees. So I'm just gonna see. Ha! See, I'm not much better with a hover vehicle as I am with a motorbike. Just kidding, guys. So this is taking us back towards our roots, which is okay. There we are. We've got something in that direction. Now, because the hover vehicle doesn't have a scanner, that is my personal scanner actually showing up. So we're going to run that down, see if we can find something, because of course if we can find items out here on the terrain, what I'm really looking for a little bit is food. I discovered small wreckage. Well, that's new. So, and we've reached level 5. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to do, because what we could do now is go back to the wreckage and put some armor on, but I think what I want to do more than anything else at the moment is just check out this small wreckage here. I mean, and probably we'll put on the armor in the next point. Right, we found a copper deposit. Right, let's just drop down. So I'm just gonna, just in case, because anything here. There we are. Yeah, oh, we're certainly going to take that. That's useful. And again, just going to quick hop into the vessel. I think that's the other new one that came up, wasn't it? Now, I'm not going to try and salvage anything off this wreckage until I've actually got a proper decent multi-tool. I can hear something. That's probably, yeah. So we've got raptors now. Some are friendly, some are hostile. It's mainly the ones that come out at night are the ones that get hostile. There's some food there, so plant protein, just grab that. Next to the game we can start grabbing a lot more plant protein, simply because we've got some fridge to store it in. I mean, eventually we will get a mobile fridge on this vessel, simply because that will actually make life a lot easier for us. Okay, nothing around here. Okay, just gonna right, there should be a, oh wow, that was a big jump. Oh, that's useful. That's emergency rations. Emergency rations do not perish, which is a very great useful thing to find. Not that quite often I never end up eating them, but you never know, guys, when you may need them. Alright, so we're just gonna. Right, so we've got a small copper deposit there, and let's just have to see what we got here. So we've opened up this way. I think if we get rid of that, and maybe we'll set a new waypoint up here. Maybe we'll fly this route round for this part, and then that's where I think that would be quite advantageous. So we're just going to fly this way. Some more plant protein there. I'm not going to bother coming out of third person. Sometimes when you're just nipping in and out, it's just not worth the hassle, to be honest, guys. Actually, we might as well turn some of that into energy bars, because that will give it a longer perish time. And I'm just going to keep flying. Not seeing the hostiles. Mind you, the 8.0 release, the spiders was very much over the top, and in some ways I'm glad they toned them down a bit. I mean, I don't mind fighting the occasional group of 2 or 3 spiders, but when you've got about 10 chasing you all over the countryside, it becomes a bit of a pain in the neck because you can't do anything. I mean, that's the big issue. Let's just have a quick look, guys. Yeah, I think if we head out to there, and of course flying across water with a hover vehicle is by far the quickest way to actually explore anything. You can see here you can actually just Skype over like this, and that should clear it. Yep. So we're not getting anything new on the radar at the moment. We can just zoom up round through here. Just I don't know if that was just a tree. I thought that was some creature or something. Never mind. Right, so we're just going to. Of course, if you get enough speed up, sometimes you've got enough momentum to get over narrow gullies before the hover vehicle jumps, because the hover vehicle always tends to follow the height. Maybe if we get a bit more height, so it'd be a bit more advantageous. So maybe we'll just come in here. So if you get momentum, sometimes you can like bounce and Skype up over things like that, and then you get a bit of height, see. So rather than actually, and you land right on top of a rock. Wow, what on earth is that? And that's. Hello, who are you? I don't think I've seen anything like that before. I don't know what that is. Oops, you better get out of here. That is a variant of the spitting bug, and we've got dermal burn. I don't know if I've got a cure for a dermal burn. And maybe that wasn't particularly a very good idea. And wow, I nearly got myself killed as well. Dermal burn. Yeah, okay. Haha. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea, guys. Right. Something is. Oh, you still bother me. Okay, clear off. Right, we need some vegetable protein to get my health back up, because health doesn't regenerate. So, yeah, that was a bit of a bad mistake there, guys. I didn't realise it was a. Right, is Mr. Bug Ugly chasing us? I really need to. Yeah, I need the vegetables. Just gonna do this very quickly. Yeah, that was a that'd teach me to be overly curious, wasn't it? I know what the spitting bugs look like. That's obviously a different variant. Okay, let's just get in here. What I want is this. You can see here. See where it restores health. I mean, we can only build the one, but so what we need to do is cruise across here, looking for vegetables. Protein. I mean, the other option would be to go down. I'm certainly going to go for that. This could be. This is alien thorn. This could be useful. I can hear something creeping around behind me as well. But obviously, the spitting bug doesn't get angry unless you actually attack it. So that's something to remember. Right. Just get off and grab that. That should give me a second vegetable drink. Okay. Right. Let's just get here. Make another one. You can see here that's so vegetable drinks are a way to restore health. I think the other one is berry juices. If we find any, about to say acuberries, but of course they're not acuberries anymore. They're just berries. So I think maybe we can, if we get some momentum, we should be able to shoot up over the rocks. We might as well do this last marker while we're at it. Let's see if we can find some. Wow, look at that. We're launching into space. Trouble is, we're going to come down with an almighty crash. So we'll just whip through here. Yeah, flying through mountains with a hover vehicle can be pretty interesting. I think maybe if we can fly through here down. We're still not picking up any points of interest. I must admit, I still prefer the large planets. There's another one of those bugs. Keep away from you. There's some raptors, but I think they're friendly. Until you've got a proper fridge and the ability and a food processor and items like that, to be honest, it's not much point really in worrying about getting meat, because if you eat raw food will actually give you indigestion, which you've got to cure. So in some ways you want to eat the processed food. I'll talk about processed food. Let's get a bit more of that. We got up to, well, we've got nearly 300 out of 500 health again, so we're just going to fly. I think we're going to head back towards base now. Looks like some. We'll just grab what we can on the way through. Some fibre. Just going to grab that for the XP. Oops, no. Grab that for the XP. Nothing else. But you can see how much easier it is to explore the planet. Some more fibre there, so we'll just grab that. I'll say just stay in third person. Actually, I see anything? Yeah, just get over here. And of course, being out in the open terrain means that you can actually see things. I don't think that's a berry bush. No, I can see some more. Oh, some more vegetable under there. Wow, thank you. And some more over there. Ah, thank you. It's raining. In fact, we could do with some rain at the moment in the UK. You've got quite major brush fires raging up in the north. I mean, it's a long way away from where I live, but I must admit, I'm having to spend a good period of time every morning out watering my garden, because the ground has gotten very dry in the last few weeks. Alright, there's some more. Just going to keep grabbing. Come on, out please. Probably going to need some ammunition as well. Looks like my ammunition. Actually, I haven't reloaded the gun actually. So we're going to have to look at making some ammunition as well. Let's have a quick look. So, I mean, I could fly round the mountain, or actually what we could do is go this way actually. Might as well, seeing we're over here, is just explore the area. So I'm just gonna fly around. I probably won't. Oops, no, grab that as well. Oh, maybe this isn't such a good idea. See if he will hit me. No, I think he's relatively passive. So if I don't attack him, he's not going to attack me. Yeah, look. See, my mistake was actually shooting him. So that's good to know. but he's passive. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing about this game. It's not like other games where hostiles will attack you on sight. Some creatures will defend themselves, but they won't attack you unless you actually aggravate them. Then again, there are some that will attack you. Come on sight. If you get too close to them. Right, I think. There's the new marker that way. There's some more there. Actually, I think we're doing quite well here, guys. So. How are we doing for time? We've got a little bit of time. We're also flying towards the daylight anyway, so. Oops. Let's get up into third person. I don't think we actually need the natural sweetener. We're just gonna. Nothing coming up on the radar though. It's a bit disappointing from that point of view. So, I think we've got enough vegetable protein. Well, we can. I think we'll make a bandage and then we'll just put in there some of these, and that should help me get my health up. Right. Just run into a bush. Right, so let's whip round here. Wow, did you see that lightning? Yeah, I think we can just fly through here. Actually, let's go out over the water and just do this. Crash Sentinel rear. That is probably a crashed vessel. I have to be a little bit careful here. Yeah. So this is what used to be called the MS Titan. This is obviously a vessel. It's not defended by drones. Now to exploit this, you really need to get in and core it. I mean, I'm not going to do it in this part. Maybe we'll come back to there. So I mean, that's now marked on the map. I think what we're going to do now, guys, is just going to make our way back towards the portable constructor through this rain. Right, we found an iron deposit. Okay, let me just stand here. Maybe the scanner doesn't work if you're actually. Wow, it's cold out here. We definitely need a suit. That's got to be a priority. Right, guys, what I'm going to do is, I'm aware of the time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly back to the portable constructor. If nothing happens, I will see you back there. Right, guys, here we are. We're back on our base. I think I should be able to use that little bit of a ramp to get my ship hover vehicle up here to land. I think all we got to do now is just power off it. We don't have a fridge or anything in it, so we don't need to worry about that. So we made our first exploration of the base. Just check the power situation here. Yeah, we've got 32%. That's good. And just to wind this part up, what I'm going to do is base. What do we want? Where's the armor locker? Because we need an armor locker to put our thing on, so we can unlock that. And the other thing I think is it's in weapons, isn't it, for some strange reason. So I'm just going to unlock that. And just going to come up here. Just we're going to power on the suit. Armor locker, where are you? I'm just going to make the armor locker. And of course we should be able to make ourselves a suit. And that can go in, and while that's all running, we can put all this nice food that we got in here so it doesn't perish. That can travel with me. Don't need that. This could be useful. It's good against thermal burns and various other items. Although, to be honest, at the moment, at this level of the game, I prefer to use the plant-based remedies and keep the more advanced stuff like this for later on, because you can see this treats sepsis, infected wounds, necrosis. So it's almost you don't really want to use that for just to cure something you can cure with ordinary plants. I mean, that's the way to look at it, guys. Hopefully we will be able to put this down somewhere. It's a little bit, we should be able to get it in alongside here like that, and there's a suit there. Come on, can you finish, please? Oh, yeah, the game can be a little bit. Whoops. Yeah, the game can be a little bit weird sometimes when you go into the constructors. Right, I'm just going to put that there. Of course, to use it, well, Walker, we can use the direct access, but we can't do it this way. Of course, we got our helmet on, but we don't really want the helmet on, and we've now got, just to show you our stats, we've now got protection between -10 and 45, so we're now equipped and ready to go. And probably the other things I want to make is, let me just have a quick look. We've got an ore scanner. I think, I say again, just to wind this part up, guys, I think I would like a tool. I certainly would like to unlock. Do I want to unlock the multi-tool? Actually, maybe hover vehicle. I think I would like to. We got 5 and 13, so I think we're just going to unlock the mobile constructor and the fridge for the hover vehicle. And what I will do, guys, is I will actually, yeah, there's something else there as well, wasn't there? We don't have enough of that. What I will do is build these off camera and install them on the hover vehicle, because, well, I think you guys got a good idea of what the situation is. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will definitely get out in earnest and start to, well, explore the planet, and then our next project is to find Prometheum. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.